Hello to everyone and welcome to the morning call. Now, the grace period may have just lasted for a while since his inauguration, only a few days after having been welcomed as a hero and brought to presidency in Zimbabwe. Emmerson Mnangagwa is experiencing fast criticism in the country. The reason is the appointment of very controversial ministerial key positions to some senior army officials. Some consider this as a reward for their role in the fall of Robert Mugabe. Added to this is the composition of the new government and specifically the dismissal of Ministers of Labour, Clever Nyati, and Education, Lazarus Dokora, whose appointment has raised an outcry and also received wide condemnation. Despite that, the new government was officially installed on Monday in Harare, a cabinet of 22 ministers who were sworn in during a ceremony at the presidential palace in front of the head of state, who launched an appeal to all Zimbabweans, saying that he is there to revive the economy that has been dragging for so many years. But before going to Harare to listen to the political analyst Tukura Zangazas, first have a look at a story done by Africanews and Michael DB on the swearing-in of the new ministers.
Zimbabwe's newly appointed cabinet ministers were sworn in on Monday amid criticisms over the controversial appointment of senior military officials to top posts. In what was widely seen as a reward for the army's role in the removal of his predecessor, the new president Emmerson Mnangagwa brought back Patrick Chinamasa as finance minister, despite his previously checked record. Major General Sibusiso Moyo was made foreign minister and Air Marshal Peran Shiri was handed a sensitive land portfolio.
I, Emmerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do hereby call upon you all to take the oaths as prescribed by law.
Most Zimbabweans remember Moyo as a khaki-clad general who went on state television in the early hours of November 15 to announce the military takeover that ended Mugabe's 37-year rule. Sworn in as president a week ago after 39-year-old Mugabe quit in the wake of a de facto military coup, Mnangagwa, a former state security chief known as the Crocodile, dropped allies of Mugabe's wife, Grace, but brought back many Mugabe loyalists from the ruling ZANU-PF party, disappointing those who had been expecting a break with the past.
And in line with that report, political analysts and observers say Mnangagwa's appointment suggests that the army has gained so much influence in the government and will start to dominate it. Zimbabwean citizens believe that the new government's lineup is uninspiring and even disastrous. Many yearned for a clean break from Mugabe's 37-year rule, but according to them, nothing has changed. The same failed ministers have been reappointed. This includes the reappointment of Patrick Chinamasa as the finance minister. The new cabinet lineup did not come as a surprise to others. They see Mnangagwa as playing a longer game, surrounding himself with people who will help him win general elections next year in August. Mnangagwa is yet to indicate if he will seek a fresh term in the upcoming elections. Let's now talk about this new cabinet in Zimbabwe with Tukura Zangaz, a political analyst in the capital, Harare. Good morning, Tukura Zangaz. It's a great pleasure to have you today in the program. The first question that we have for you, Mnangagwa has brought back many Mugabe loyalists from the ruling ZANU-PF party. Would you say Zimbabweans are disappointed as they had been expecting a break with the past?
Well, it's difficult to say about overall disappointment, but yes, they expected better, and they sort of assumed that there'd be a new team in cabinet, but Mnangagwa has chosen a path of continuity. That means he doesn't want to break with the old and go completely into the new. So overall, Zimbabweans would not have expected him to take this route, but I think they've adopted a wait-and-see attitude.
And his new team will work for a period of about 7 months. So do you anticipate any changes in the country within this period?
Well, there will be no major changes to structural policy. That is to say, there'll be no revolutionary shifts in how things are done. There might be a bit more efficiency, a bit more pandering to global economic demands or the global markets or the wishes of private and state investors, other state investors. But in the short term, because they have a political process that they want to undertake, such as going to their Congress and eventually campaigning to win an election in 2018, it is least likely there will be major changes. But they'll try and stabilize the economic situation and try and undertake what is known as performance legitimacy, to try and appear as if they're doing the right thing, even if it is just short term.
And a final question to Kura. What are the challenges ahead for these new cabinet members as they take their oath of office?
Well, the concrete challenges are not really with the government ministers, but more with the government as a collective. It's one where the immediate demand is that they stabilize the economy and bring back liquidity into the financial market. Availability of money, ability to take a loan, buy property, and the like, and get jobs to Zimbabwe. And the primary challenge that the government led by Mnangagwa faces is that they have to perform in such a way that they are recognized as having been legitimately brought into power, whether by way of the ZANU-PF internal transitional process, as well as by way of their ability to deliver.